Once we have our record, as we have always done, we can enter to the program called India. Within this program, there's a menu, and in this case, we're going to use Combine. To begin, we navigate to Viaggi Nave, and then we filter the desired carrier in the green gap. In this case, we want to use Costco, but since it's not available, we will use the .by button from any other carrier we already have. Then, we can fill it with the rate data about the carrier we want to use. To confirm the data of departure, we simply click on any other cell, or we can use the tab in the keyboard. Once we have created our voyage, we can add the master bill we want within it. Click OP, and then insert all the data related to the master bill of lading, including the master bill number, port of lading, type of container, seals, and the commodity. In this case, we are doing an AMS fraud practice, so we use the AMS option, then we add the MBL to the shipment. By clicking within the MBL, we can add more information to the practice. Within the MBL, we click on Edit MBL, and since this is an AMS fraud, we have to insert the first USA port where this voyage is going to be. Once done, we insert the data of the HBL as shown. Then, we insert the HBL number, the shipper, and the consignee. By writing within the green gap, we can search for our shipper and their name, and then search for the one we want by clicking Tab, so the drop-down will display. We do the same with the consignee and the notify. If we have not inserted the right commodity, we can add the correct one now. We add the weight and other necessary data about our container. Click Save to save the changes. And then we have to specify that this is an AMS fraud as shown. Now we are going to create the ISF file by clicking Add in our HBL. For this one, we will use the same shipper and consignee. By using the description of the commodity, we will find the right HTS for our practice. If we already have one, just write it directly in the gray gap and select it. Choose Italy as the country, and then click Add Record. Then, choose CBP within the record that has appeared below, and click on ISF file, and then close. We have added the ISF file. To send it, click on File Ready. Now click on AMS ACI button for the AMS file and ISF for our ISF file. Now that everything is ready, we can go to the Igloo program. We will find on the left the ISF number related to our practice, and on the right we will find the related number of the AMS. Then click Refresh, and then Envío as FTP. This is an example of how to do an AFR practice. We enter to our program, we use Combine in this case, we search for the carrier we're going to work with. In this case, it is 1. This carrier has not been used before, so we're going to create a new one. As we already saw in this video, we can use a record that already exists, as shown in the video. The procedure is the same as we have seen for the AMS. We enter to our new practice and then click on Add MBL. And then we will fill all the gaps with the information accordingly. The procedure is the same as we have seen for the AMS. We enter to our new practice and then click on Add MBL. We will fill all the gaps with the information accordingly. The only difference is that the origin port is enough for this kind of practice. And for this record, we will choose Japan. Once we have finished with the master bill of lading, we can open it to work with it. Open the practice by clicking in the Edit button. Fill this gap with the HBL number and continue with our normal procedure by inserting all the needed information within the record. You will find all the shipper details by clicking in the End button. Be aware of the records you insert, since sometimes some data might be missing, like in our case, the phone number. Now insert the right commodity, and since this will be the first time we send this record, we have to specify it by choosing the Add option as shown in the video and the AHR as usual. In the past, these gaps were automatically filled by the system, but now they have to be inserted every time we make a new practice. Once we have finished, click Close and then File Ready, and lastly, X5. Your practice is done. Now we go to the AFR program for the next steps. Open the AFR program, choose the right client, and click on Da Inviare. You will notice the practice we have done is there. Click X5. Then generate the XML, wait a few seconds, and then click on the SFTP button to send your record to customs.